Because I have been told by a not insignificant amount of people that I bear a certain resemblance to another contemporary Filipino-American poet, I, Mark J. Sid, am here to stand on this soapbox and say definitively that I am the true Sid. And to clear up any and all other misconceptions regarding just how Mark J. Sid I am, in the words of the poet Sean Corey Carter, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Sid. Mark Sid. Not to be confused with renowned singer and bassist for the Sex Pistols, Sid Vicious. Not to be confused with Vicious, the primary antagonist of critically acclaimed anime series Cowboy Bebop. Not to be confused with Bibimbap, a fairly popular East Asian dish, a medley of flavors, more meal than snack, more spice than you may expect. Not to be confused with Mark Sid. Mark Sid sometimes has a J occupy space between his first and last name. Mark Sid sometimes occupies space himself between dark and dank. His writing, a juxtaposition of irreverent observations on the human condition and gut-wrenching specificity of often unobserved sociocognitive struggles. Mark Sid will refer to himself however he damn please, Janice. Mark Sid shall henceforth refer to himself in the third person. Not that he has any disinclination towards the first or second person, but rather aims to reinforce through rote repetition and clear presentation of the facts that he is in fact Mark Sid, first of his name, breaker of lines and slayer of dragons. Yes, that kind. No, not that one. Mark Sid is a poet, but does not memorize poems. Poems need to memorize Mark Sid. Literature beware. Mark Sid has been known to devour pages upon pages in a single expansion of his oratory orifice without any consideration towards punctuation or general decorum. Mark Sid is dead. Dead-ass, high-key, gang lit fam. Mark Sid invented both social media and prepositions. Don't at him. Otherwise, you'll learn that Mark Sid has no money, but has a very, very particular set of skills. Skills he has acquired over a very long career. Skills that make him a nightmare for people like you. Mark Sid is a nightmare to himself, too. The inner workings of his mind are a maze, wrapped in an enigma, shrouded in mystery, laced with danger, experiencing motion sickness. Mark Sid is always in motion. But Mark Sid never stutters. What may appear to the untrained eye to be a verbal aberration is actually an extra-dimensional occurrence of Mark Sid reading so fast that he tears the fabric of space and time between our universe and the next, and that other universe's Mark Sid, who is reading the exact same poem at the exact same time, accidentally crosses paths with our Mark Sid, or Sid Prime, throwing off Prime's delivery by a few milliseconds. But what do you do and what do you expect when you are the physical embodiment of the Speed Force? It's okay if you don't understand or comprehend Mark Sid the first time through. Mark Sid holds no such gross expectations. Mark Sid barely understands himself. Mark Sid is still learning how to be a good human, or at least feeling like one. Mark Sid deals with guilt and loss. Mark Sid sometimes feels akin to a house made of twigs and awkward side hugs, struggles to hold himself together, trapped between expectations from friends, family, Filipinos, fuck-ups, Janice, himself, and God. Mark Sid is not a god, but he does have faith, even if not always in himself, in other people. And despite the weight of it all, of being Mark Sid, he always shows up whenever anyone or everyone calls, because that's just who Mark Sid is. Not a place, but a people. Well, person. Poet person. Actually, no. Mark Sid recognizes that he did call himself a poet earlier, but upon further analysis admits to the rare occurrence of being wrong. Mark Sid is not a poet. Mark Sid is a poem in the making.